Once upon a time, Top Gear was the biggest TV show on the planet. With 350 million viewers per week, Clarkson, Hammond and May dominated the TV scene, and it's a big reason why a lot of us even got into cars and racing in the first place. I've watched every single Clarkson, Hammond and May Top Gear episode at least 20 times, which means I've watched thousands of laps around the Top Gear test track. Something that ended up being one of the main parts of the show is the star in a reasonably priced car. Basically a chat show segment of the show where the guest would then perform a time around the Top Gear test track in the same car as all the other celebrities throughout the program. Unfortunately, not being a celebrity myself, I've never had the chance to go and drive around the Top Gear test track. Until now. That's right, I am at the Top Gear test track today, and I'm going to see if I can become the fastest star in a reasonably priced car. The original trio did the show for nearly 20 years, so there were a few reasonably priced cars over the length of the show. Personally, I think the Chevrolet Assetto was the prime star in a reasonably priced car moment, but unfortunately I wasn't able to find an Assetto Corsa mod for that. But I think the next best option that was available is the Kia Cee'd. The Kia Cee'd was the reasonably priced car from 2010 to 2013, ranging from season 15 up until the end of season 19. According to Wikipedia, there were 41 celebrities that set a lap during that time, and in the end, the fastest lap was set by Matt LeBlanc with a 1:42.1. Now, excluding all the wet times, Damian Lewis, who set his lap in the snow, and Amber Heard, who set her lap in an automatic car, the slowest dry time was Nick Robinson with a 1:49.9. So my challenge is to beat Matt LeBlanc, and God help me if I'm slower than a 1:49.9 by the end of this video. And here we are at the Top Gear test track. We're away. Now, I'm going to go and set my first ever lap of the Top Gear test track in the Kia Cee'd, just as a siding lap, and we'll see how much time we have to make up in our next laps. Whoa, it feels very different, having only really driven GT cars recently. It's very slow, the brakes are terrible, and it's heavy. And that's all to be expected, of course, since it's a family hatchback and not a purpose-built race car. Now, the only other thing you have to bear with me is that I don't have an H-pattern shifter, and this is obviously used as a manual car in the program, so that's one place where we don't have exact realism, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Whoa, deep into the hammerhead. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's not great. That was late braking there. I've got my times up on the dashboard in front of me, so I know how close I am. I've always thought this corner was flat out, and it is in the Kia, not in some faster cars. And here we go. We cut the corner nicely there through the tires because not enough celebrities do that. They all pussy out. So down into third, trail braking into the second to last corner. And now up to Gambon, down into second, and here we are, and across the line. We've just set a 1:52.4. We're gonna have a lot of time to make up here, so let's see what we can do. The lap that I'm setting now, I've obviously not done a standing start for, so it's gonna be much quicker, but I just need to get all my braking points right. And then we can go for another time lap and see what improvements we've made. The positive thing about having a very slow car is that you have a lot of time to think about what you're doing. So as we come up to the tires here, cut the corner big time. Yes. I think it's correct to brake at the 100 here. And trail in a bit. On the power at the apex. Oh, a bit far off. Down into second. And through we go. Hey, you watch the celebrities do it on Top Gear and you think, oh, that looks easy. I reckon I could be the fastest on there. And I was right. Now we're going to turn in earlier here at the 50 so we can cut that nicely. Oh, that's much better. That's exactly what we want to see, cutting all across that painted area. See the jumbo in the background and then trailing through the second to last corner on the power again. In past Gambon, taking it out wide and across the line for a 150.3. That is not brilliant. One area that I can tell you straight away is an issue is my starts. So I don't know how to set off properly, and that is something that we're going to have to work on very shortly. But what I want to do first, we know Matt LeBlanc was the quickest guy to set a lap in the Kia Cee'd, as you can see it right there. So I thought what we do is we go onto the Top Gear channel and actually review that lap and see where we can improve. So that's obviously much better start than I got.
Just don't use the brake as much, that's all.
And that's good advice from Matt. So you can see what he's doing is cutting across this this middle line quite nicely. So he's cutting the corner, braking in a straight line, and then maybe turning more aggressively. Yeah. We can adjust that.
We're keeping it tidy through there. The more boring it looks, the faster it often is. And that's, well, very boring indeed.
That's something that Clarkson says a lot, and it is very true. He kept it nice and tidy through Chicago. So maybe if I get on the brakes a little bit earlier, change down, turn in, we can get a better exit, because that exit is also very important as we head down the straight towards Hammerhead. Here he is turning into Hammerhead.
Almost got the front wheel off the ground there.
Although I don't think this is a huge issue for me. I think Hammerhead has actually been okay at the minute. There's always time to gain, but I think more time is going to come from other areas. See how close he cuts the follow through? Not that much, to be honest. He didn't cut it as much as I do. But he cuts that nicely. I was cutting the follow through a lot more going onto the painted section. He didn't, so maybe we'll stop that and see if it makes any difference. Let's see his braking point. Oh, you can't really see his braking point, but that's very cut in the corner there. And cutting gamut as well. You can see how much speed he's actually carrying through those sections. So that is something that we need to work on as well. Carrying more speed. It's like a go-kart. There's not much power, so you've got to carry as much speed as you can into every corner. Okay, let's see if that review session has had any impact on my lap time. Let the clutch go. And that is a better start. It's not perfect. It's not super quick, but there's way less wheel spin than before. And that is going to mean we're going to get a good effort. So what we know is now to cut this corner much more on a straight line. And then we can carry more speed through this section. I want to hear those tires squeal, so that's not fast enough yet. As we come up to Chicago, we brake earlier, change down. Keep it tight, and that means we get on the accelerator earlier as well, and we can fly down the straight towards Hammerhead, braking at the 75. And just carrying a little bit more speed there. Wasn't as tidy, but I can hear a bit more tire squeal, bit more speed being carried. I think that's good. We'll try not to cut the follow through as much as we did before. Coming up to it, the right-hander here. Maybe that causes too much loss of grip coming up to the second to last corner. And we see how much he cut it there as well. And I've done the same. Oh, and I've got off! But we'll still set the time. We go through Gambon and across the line to 149.1. Yes! So we are now beating Nick Robinson finally. And in fact, that lap time would put us between Will.i.am and Jonathan Ross. There's still definitely some time to gain. I need some guidance. All the other drivers have the Stig to tell them what to do. I don't. I've had nothing. I couldn't find a lap guide exactly, but I did find this video from a channel called Car Keys called What's It Like to Drive the Top Gear Test Track, where he actually goes with a driving instructor and sets a lap around the Top Gear Test Track. I'll leave the link to the full video in the description below so you can check out the full video after this one. But I'm going to use this video as a lap guide, and this chap on the passenger seat is going to tell us how to drive.
So you can put it into gear and you can blast off anytime you want to.
Yep. Bit of tire squeal.
Decent start from this bloke. So let's see what he says. Flat to the floor still.
Gently on the brakes, down one gear. Off the brakes, jackering across the bank now. Get a turn.
Whoa, okay.
Keep it in.
Jesus, okay, that is way more aggressive than I was doing in my laps. So he was off the brakes super early and turning. The guy was nearly out of his seat trying to turn the car. So that's something I can work on there. He was on the brakes only slightly, changing down, and very aggressive on the steering.
This is Chicago. It's 180 to the...
What? Sorry, Ryan. I don't mean to laugh at you, but that was funny. He completely just gave up on the track. I was like, yeah, I'll just go, and I won't go up to Chicago properly.
Track her in right. Get her in there. Use all the runway. Keep it flat.
Okay. I'm interested to see what he says about Hammerhead.
Yellow cone.
I actually think I've got it pretty spot on
Flat.
for a
On the
novice.
brakes. Down 2. Down 1 more. Get her in there. Get her turned.
So he would have gone down from 4th into 2nd, I think.
Unwind the lock. Change up.
Okay, it wasn't too bad. I actually think I've been taking Hammerhead better than that. So I don't think that's something I can learn from, but it's good to know that I think what I'm doing is okay.
Flat.
I don't know if you spotted that, but there was 3 cones on the painted section of the follow through. That means you can't actually cut it as much as I was at the start, but you do align more like what Matt LeBlanc was doing. So that is something I can use. Just look at the apex of the follow through. Cones right there. Okay, good. And where's his braking point?
Get that red mic out.
That's sort of annoying because they've removed the braking markers from the second to last corner on the side of the runway, which I believe you can see in the celebrity laps. They don't have them here. They've got cones so you can see where you're meant to brake, but they've removed the numbers. So it's going to be a bit more difficult for me to have a reference there. But I'm interested to see roughly where it is.
On the brakes, down the gear. Turn in. Get that red mic out. Get the red mic out. Get it. Gambon, last one.
A Gambon.
Cross. Come on. Keep it going. Flat. Straighten up. Hey.
That's as interesting as well because he didn't tell him to change down for Gambon. I remember Clarkson and Mark Webber having this discussion exactly the same when Webber came in to do his celebrity lap.
Second.
Yeah.
I use 3rd in Gambon.
Do you?
Well, on the basis that it's the end, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you roll it or burst.
Weight transfer in 3rd. I want to get the weight on the front tyre.
You want to get the weight on the front? Well, I trail brake.
Trail brake into there.
A little
but
bit.
Still not enough inertia.
Well, it just gets the weight over the nose. I'll give you some lessons after.
I noticed Paul did the same thing as Clarkson and didn't change down, which I have been doing. I've been changing into 2nd, so we're going to leave it in 3rd from now on. And he was very much more aggressive on the turn-in as well. So, all right, now that we've had some coaching from instructor Paul, or possibly the Stig, I think it's now time to set our final lap. I don't know how long the celebrities got with the Stig, but I've had an hour now, and I've got to set a time. All right, this is it. This is the lap they're recording for television. The Stig is there watching along, his greatest student. And we're away. Drop the clutch, up into 2nd. This is the lap we need. Very competitive. We gotta beat those celebrities. Up into 4th. Braking slightly. Off the brakes. Chuck it in, as Paul said. Very hard on the steering lock there. Now into Chicago. Change down into 2nd. It's quite wide, but we're flat on the accelerator. And up into 3rd. On the run down towards Hammerhead. This is where we can gain some time. I think we've taken it well. And then back on the brakes, turn in, accelerate as early as possible. Keep it nicely within the lines. And then unwind some steering lock, use all of the exit. It's not too bad. And through the follow through. But no follow-through was committed. And now up towards the 2nd to last corner. We're braking slightly at the 100. Down into 3rd. get to the apex. And then again, into Gambon. Cut the corner nicely. This is it as we come out of Gambon and across the line.
You did it in 1:49 dead.
Unfortunately, that's the best I could do from a standing start, a 1:49.0. Depressingly, on the leaderboard, that would put me somewhere between Bob Geldof and Jeff Goldblum, who did the whole lap in third gear. Maybe it's the mods, maybe my driving, who knows, but they don't call me the novice racer for nothing. Why don't you guys give this a go? Download the Kia Cee'd mod and the Top Gear test track for Assetto Corsa and drop your lap times in the comments below, and we can get our own leaderboard going as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new around here so you don't miss any more videos. And join my Discord. The link is in the description if you want to talk sim racing and racing IRL. And if you're a sim racer looking for a pair of sim racing gloves designed for you, then shop HIPERSPEC. The link is in the description. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Good night.
Only weakness I have is for the brunettes. You already know I'll kill any shit I do next. No kids, so I'm raising the roof. Next year they'll admit they just stands like an Uzbek.